If you've watched many of my videos, you know that I love to grill and do not necessarily love a dirty grill. I've reviewed quite a few different grill brushes in the past, and this time we're going to try something new and exciting. Welcome back to another Jeff Reviews for you. And as you can see, yep, we are looking at the Horsepower Giddy Up. It's an electronic grill brush. You know what though? Enough talk. Let's get right into this review. I'm super excited to try out the Horsepower Giddy Up on our grill because I definitely have burnt on food. What I'm not excited about is this price. I purchased this at Walmart and it was $60 and I see it on Amazon for $80. Wow, this is quite an investment for a grill cleaner. I sure hope it works. Let's open it up to see what we get for that $60 or $80. We are fully unboxed. You can see we have our directions. They actually have a USB-C charging cable. Look at that. It's the same color as the Horsepower Giddy Up itself. And of course, we have our Giddy Up. And first and foremost, when I look at this and I feel it for the first time, this thing is very heavy. I'm gonna get a quick weight. So let's set the Giddy Up on there. Hopefully it can balance. It is 1 pound, 9.6 ounces. You can see that thing is pretty beefy. Another observation is this is pretty small, right? Most grill brushes are longer than this. Let's get a quick measurement. From one side to the other, it's just under 10 inches. And of course, from the top to the bottom right here is just under 4 inches. Let's get a closer look at this device. So first and foremost, we can see we have our removable 304 stainless steel power roller. I love that. Now, I did say removable. If you just start unscrewing this part right here, you should absolutely be able to open the side and then remove your power roller either for cleaning or replacement. To put it back in, just slide it right down. Now this part's important. You got to push the screw part in to start tightening. In my opinion, that is pretty quick and efficient if I had to clean or change out the roller. As we're still looking, I do have a grill guard that this can actually rest up against, so I guess you don't damage the system itself. That's an impressive thing. This is not a scraper. I guess you could potentially use that, but it's meant to be a grill guard. If we tilt up here, this looks like I have 6 different LED lights. That's cool too, because sometimes inside of a grill, it can be dark, so you have your very own light on the top of your Giddy Up. If we look to the back, we see this horseshoe. This is actually our charging indicator. We will check that out in just a second. Under here is where you'll find your USB-C charging port. That's right underneath this rubber thing. Plus, there's also this little tiny hanging loop. I guess if you want to hang this for storage between uses. That brings us to our 2 buttons. I have an on button. Let's see if it has any charge from the factory. Whoa, it sure does. Check that thing out. It just has one setting. It's either on or off. And then, of course, here's my light button. I don't know, does the light work with it off? Oh, cool. That actually is pretty bright. So the light is just on and off, and there's my roller in action. Neat. Let's plug in our USB-C charging cable. I should say that this charging cable is only 3 feet long, so you do have to be that close to a power source. And let's look at our horseshoe on the back. It looks as though we're about 25% of the way charged, maybe almost to 50, but I can see those bottom ones blinking. The directions tell us that it takes about 4 hours to fully charge, so we're gonna come back, and once this is fully charged, we're officially gonna try out our Giddy Up, the Horsepower Grill Brush. I'm gonna leave that on the side so it's not pushing on the charging port. Charging is coming around quite nicely. As you can see, we are charging up to the 75%, which is great. But what I wanted to do is, before we even get to use this, I want to talk a little bit more about the unit. I should say that other than the roller and this guard, everything else is made out of plastic. Now, it does feel like thick, heavy-duty plastic, but it's plastic nonetheless. Also, the handle does have sort of a rubber feel on the top and the bottom, which really aids in that gripping. I thought it was important to point that out, that yeah, most of this is plastic, although sturdy. That does concern me just a little bit. I mentioned that I reviewed other grill brushes. There was the Grill Rescue and most recently the Grill Art. And although I do like these styles, my Grill Art is starting to get rusty. What is that about? I thought this was stainless steel. What I liked about this one, it did not have any bristles that could get stuck in your grill, and those bristles then get into your food because no one wants that. So I was really excited when I found this Giddy Up by Horsepower. This does not have any bristles and it's supposed to get this grill nice and clean. Also, I should note that if you push the power button, you can tell how much battery is in your unit. You can see that I'm fully charged. A couple of things before you use your Giddy Up. This grill has to be, of course, off and cold. This is not meant to be used while the grill is hot. Just make sure you're doing that. Also, this grill guard right here is supposed to be resting on there so you're not having too much stress put on your roller. Also, you're not supposed to push down on it because you want this thing to spin. That's a lot of alsos, but let's see how this does. We are spinning and our light is on. Let me just zoom in on this grill a little bit. so you can see right here where I'm gonna go what it looks like. Right now it's dirty. Let's see. Oh, I can feel it. Definitely having some resistance. That's kind of cool. Do you hear that? It sounds like it's really working. First and foremost, if we look at the top surface, that is absolutely clean. That's where your food will land. But if you notice in between, that is not clean at all. That is very, very frustrating. Take a look at our Giddy Up here. You can tell the head is getting dirty. Let's get back to work. So what I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to use the side of the edge to see if I can get down there into the crevices. And actually it is working. I'm gonna use both sides because it is cleaning out down there. Now, definitely not as easy as I hoped it would, because if I put too much pressure, it sounds like the wheel isn't working. Side-by-side comparison to what I've just cleaned to what I've not cleaned just yet. You can definitely tell it is cleaner on that surface. We are still having some issues getting here on the side, but I'm gonna keep working at it. So, tell me, what are your thoughts of the Giddy Up by Horsepower, this grill brush? Something you would use? Not so much? Let me know down in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. Also, when you're down in that comment section, if you have a different grill brush you would recommend, let us know down there as well. I ended up taking the upper rack off just so I can get back here. I noticed I was using this and the Giddy Up was hitting the top, and I really want to make sure I clean this, so I took off that upper rack. I actually think the Giddy Up is doing a good job. Now, mind you, in between the grill grates, not so much, but the surface, absolutely. You know what though? This part always gives me trouble and I hate how dirty it is. Let me see how the Giddy Up does. Whoa, do you see that? It is absolutely just tearing up that dirt and grime. I love that. Now this is no soap, no water, just the Giddy Up. That's actually pretty impressive. I've tried a number of different things to get this as clean as it is right now and just not been successful. That is pretty cool. Look at that, Giddy Up is dirty. Now what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to just start cleaning this upper grate. It's pretty bad. So I will say, just like on the lower grate, the surface part is cleaning up really nice. It's just down in those crevices where we can't get. I'm gonna get the grill art to help me out just so I can get some of these crevices clean, because no one likes that. In my opinion, had the Giddy Up added something to clean in between of the grill grates, I think you would have an absolute winner. But without this part, it can get really frustrating. Now with the grill art put away, we can continue using our Giddy Up. I think I did a pretty good job cleaning. I will say there was a lot of kickback when I was cleaning the upper rack. See all that on this side table over here? I'm gonna have to clean that off. So that does kick back a lot. You know what though? Now that we've completely used this and cleaned our grill, let's see if we can clean the Giddy Up itself. Giddy Up actually tells you can wash this one of two ways. One is I can dunk this front part right here into water and clean it up. That's fine. Make sure you do not get your electrical components in water at all. Or I can take the brush out itself and clean it. That's the way I'm going to do it. With the brush out, there is a little bit of cleaning that has to happen right here on the grill guard, just so you are aware. What I like about this is that this is not only washable, but it's dishwasher safe. So what I'm gonna do though is I'm just gonna try to wash it in this bowl of hot water to see how clean we can get it. Let's do it. Just dunking it in there. Oh my goodness, can you see that? Just dunking it, it's getting it clean. Wow, that is really impressive. I'm not even scrubbing. I thought I was gonna have to scrub this thing, but all I'm really doing is dunking it, swishing it around a little. Dirty water's coming out and it's getting clean. That is pretty impressive. After a few seconds, this thing is absolutely clean. Now I'm gonna rinse it out, dump out my water, and get this thing ready for the next time I need to use it. Speaking of water, look how dirty that is, how gross. Now, after I finish washing, this brush is still wet, so I'm gonna wait till that completely dries before I reassemble. Now, we were fully charged when we started and turned this on. It looks like we have about 75% of our battery, which is not bad because I was using this for about 25 minutes to make sure I really cleaned my grill grates. I do feel as though we put that 2600 milliamp battery to the test, and well, the Giddy Up did a good job. In this video, we are taking a look at the Horsepower Giddy Up. It's their battery operated grill cleaning brush. So what do we think of it? First things first, let's talk about that price point. It retails between $60 and $80, which in my opinion is kind of expensive. That being said, it did a good job of cleaning my grill. And although I really only use this on a typical grill, I think if you have a flat top grill or pots or pans, this thing will actually help help clean those as well. And as long as you don't push too hard, you won't damage your surfaces. This thing did a really good job. I was, however, disappointed that it could not get in between the individual grill grates because there's just nothing on this brush to do that. In my opinion, if the horsepower company were to put out a next generation, they should have something to help you clean out the inside of those grill grates, and I think people would be a whole lot happier. You saw that I had to have the grill art help with in between the grill grates, but the Giddy Up did the entire surface. And in my opinion, now my grill is cleaner than when I used other grill brushes, and that's the most important thing. I also loved how easy it was to clean this. Goodness gracious, all I did was dunk this in water and that whole brush came clean with the greatest of ease. That to me is very important because I don't like having to clean up the different parts. This made it quick and easy. Anyway, that was my full review of the horsepower Giddy Up. If this is something that interests you, I will leave a link down in the description. This is Jeff with Jeff Reviews for You. As always, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a great day.